Hey guys, Justin here with TESmart.com. In this video, we'll show you how to operate TESmart's HDMI+VGA dual monitor KVM. This video is only for this model because the hotkey commands and audio settings are unique to this unit. We highly recommend checking out the video on how to set up this device if you haven't seen it already. This video might get a little bit long, so here are the timestamps if you want to jump ahead. Okay, so let's begin with the front of the device. As we mentioned in the setup video, the front LEDs provide vital information. The first two LEDs are the online section and activate when there's a USB connection. Each LED represents one of the two PCs. If your computers go to sleep, the light will deactivate and then will reactivate when the computer wakes up. The next section is the selection LEDs. These indicate which input is selected. LED 1 is for input 1 and LED 2 is for input 2. When you are in mode 2, both selection LEDs 1 and 2 will be activated. We'll explain mode 1 and mode 2 in a couple of minutes. There are two audio ports in the front of the device. The one on the left is for the headphones or external speakers. The one on the right is for a microphone. The microphone is pretty straightforward. The KVM receives the audio from the mic and transmits the signal through the USB connection to whichever PC is selected. As for the headphones, it's a little bit more complicated. The KVM receives the audio from whichever PC is selected, but you can choose whether to transmit the audio to the monitor over the HDMI connection or to the headphone jack over the USB connection. You do this by selecting the appropriate audio device in Windows. There will be two audio devices associated with your KVM. One is called USB audio, and the other will either be TESmart or the name of your monitor. If you want audio to go to the headphone jack, you will select the USB audio. Or if you want the audio to go to your monitor, you will select TESmart or the name of your monitor. Take note that the audio is going to get routed to the monitor that is connected to display 2 in the back of the switch. This KVM has two operating modes. Mode 1 has one PC displaying on two monitors like you see here. We call this extended desktop mode. It's typically how most people use the KVM. There's also mode 2, which we call split desktop mode, and we'll get into that one in a minute. While in mode 1, when we press the switch button on the front of the device, the KVM will switch to the other computer and display that PC on both monitors. Pressing again will switch back to the previous PC. If your desktop needs to be adjusted, go into your operating system settings and move them around as you need. You can also fix any resolution issues and update the refresh rate by going into Advanced Settings and then Display Adapter Properties. Mode 2, or Split Desktop Mode, is a unique feature that's particularly helpful for those of you that work over multiple projects on multiple computers. This mode displays each PC on one monitor simultaneously. To convert to mode 2, use the hotkey command right control. As you see here, we now have computer 1 on the left monitor and computer 2 on the right monitor. If you want to swap computers, press right control again. Now you have computer 2 on the left monitor and computer 1 on the right monitor. Of course, the mouse can only be assigned to control one computer at a time. Right now we are controlling computer 2, and if we want to start controlling computer 1, we press right alt, and again, right alt if you want to go back to controlling the other PC. One point to understand is that when in mode 2, the switch only uses the HDMI video connection. The VGA connection is disabled. To go back to mode 1, use the hotkey command scroll lock, or press the switch button on the front of the device. The hotkeys cannot be reassigned on this model, and for the KVM to recognize them, you'll have to make sure the keyboard is plugged into one of the dedicated mouse and keyboard ports. If you're using this KVM in a Mac-based environment, we have another video on how to operate the hotkeys with Logitech's K750 keyboard. We just illustrated the three main hotkey commands, but to summarize again, they are scroll lock to switch computers while in mode 1. If you are in mode 2, this command will switch the KVM back over to mode 1. Right control will go from mode 1 to mode 2, While in mode 2, this hotkey will swap the computer which displays on each monitor. Right Alt is used only when you are in mode 2. This will swap which computers you are controlling. And finally, if you'd like to disable the audible beep, you press Scroll Lock F11. Repeating this hotkey will turn the beep back on. The remote control is a pretty simple device. It requires a CR2025 battery, which is not included in the package due to transportation restrictions, but they are readily available at most any convenience stores. With that said, the remote has 6 buttons. The M button will cycle through the inputs and modes, starting with PC1 in mode 1, and then PC2 in mode 1. The next press will convert to mode 2, and if you press again, it'll swap the computers on your monitors. Finally, another press will take you back to PC1 in mode 1. The P button only works in mode 2 and will change the computer that is being controlled. Buttons 1 and 2 will select the respective inputs and will change you back over to mode 1. Buttons 3 and 4 are non-functioning, so smash them all you want. Alright, that pretty much wraps up the different ways to operate the HDMI+VGA KVM. It's certainly a little more complex than a single monitor KVM, but very useful. If you still have questions, please feel free to reach out to us via our email, contact@TESmart.com. Thanks and have a good day.